welcome back to another episode of The Stable. And as you can see behind me, I have already torn apart my car. So so I've been sitting on some suspension parts for over a year now, and I'm finally putting them on. So wasted no time. You can still see I got my window paint on from the track. Got the rear end pretty much just sitting on jack stands right now, and it's fully detached because I am putting in my double adjustable upper and lower control arms. So before, I think those are like SVE or something like that, I still had my stock uppers on there, right there. And then this is the baseline double adjustable upper and lower control arms. Is also the relocation kit, which I have the rest of the parts for the relocation right here. So that's what all this is for. We got the bolts. This and this are the upper and lower torque box reinforcement. We got ABS sensors, and then this is the tool to get the bushings out of the top of the rear end. So like I said, I've been sitting on all these parts for a little bit over a year now, and after the track last week, trying to get down to a 1.6, 1.5, potentially 60 foot, I realized that the suspension I had just was not going to do it. So it turns out my uncle, there was footage from me and my uncle racing. It's pretty grainy and pretty bad, and he beat me. So he named his car Holly. So Operation Blow Holly's Back Out is in full effect right now, and I'm playing no games. I'm doing suspension, probably turning it up, and that's the #1 goal, because come all 4 day, I'm trying to take him out. All right, guys, it's been a couple days since my last video because we had that camping trip, but just wanted to show you, me and my dad were able to get the baseline relocating rear end kit. So we got that installed up there. Still got to hook up the upper control arms, lower control arms, but we stopped for the time being because you can see right over, if I can get my light, we're doing the torque box reinforcements as well. And then there is where I'm at on the inside of the car. So I need to scrape away the paint, maybe a little bit more of the sound dampening material, and then I got to do the other side. So sorry I didn't film more about that, but there's a couple other videos on YouTube about it. Late Model Restoration, they have a video. J&S Automotive, he has the same baseline suspension kit that I put in here. That's actually where I seen it from, so you guys can check him out. He has that kit. And then House of Dula, he has the Team Z Street Beast kit, which is similar to that, and they all have videos on how to do it. So figure I didn't need to do it because there's several people with it already, but just want to give you all a little update of what's going on. All 4 day is August 1st. So I got to get a bigger 90-degree coupler right here. And I got a couple other little things that I'm not going to mention yet because I got family who watch the channel. And since I'm trying to outrun some of them, I don't need word getting back to them. So I'll update y'all on the changes I made, maybe on all 4 day or after, depending on how it goes. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so this video has been taking over a couple days. Just been kind of taking my time getting things going, but you can see got the torque box reinforcements in on the inside. Did the upper and the lower. If you guys have an SN95, these ones are a little bit trickier, and you have to drill a hole in the center of your plate. So if you have the ABS lines, it can still come up through here and plug in right here. So I'm leaving it like that for now. Jalen has a friend who's going to come over and weld them for me, and then I'll shoot them with black paint, cover everything up. Also, if you have a SN95, you're going to have to cut to be able to get up there and access your torque box, the lower ones at least, to be able to access that. So we're probably going to bend this metal back up in here and shoot it with some black paint as well to protect it so it doesn't rust. So those are the updates with the torque box reinforcements. All in all, pretty simple. You have 4 bolts up there. Hopefully you guys can see those. So you will have to drill those Triton's kicking his soccer ball as usual. So I highly recommend you go out and you get some long drill bits. I used this one right here. So get some long drill bits. They will help you access that. And then down at the bottom of the car, today the goal is to get the rear end put back in. Try to get under here. So we got the baseline suspension all set up in here. The outside of the upper control arms are greased, so I gotta slide those back in there now that the torque box is done. And then attach the lower control arms and the shocks, and put my springs back in as well. And then once that's done, hopefully today me and my dad will drop the transmission so I can get to the flywheel, take that out, get it resurfaced. I don't know if I showed this in the last part of this video, but the new clutch did come in. It is the Street Extreme, so it should be good for 700 some horsepower and 700 some foot-pounds of torque as well. So that's what we're going with this one. It's one stage up than the one I had in there. I figured might as well upgrade since we're at this point. So we have that. I bought the Raptor shift light. The one I had was a plug and play, but it didn't work for my year car, so I gave it to my uncle. But this one I'll wire in. And if you guys remember my track video, I said my two-step wasn't working because my cruise control hasn't been working in years. It turns out that the switches, the contacts in them go bad, so I'm hoping that this is the problem. If not, I might have to try to bypass it, but I figured this was the easiest and cheapest thing to test first. So I also will do the cruise control switches at some point. And the last thing I did was, if you guys remember me talking, I said I think Vortec actually made the opening to my blower bigger, because this is the stock boot we had on here, and it just, I could barely get it on there. And I was looking at it the other day and it was actually off, so probably could have been losing a little bit of boost at the track. I don't know when it came off. So I went and I got a new one. So this has the 4-inch opening right here and a 3.5 down here. So I have to put this new one back on. But with that being said, everything else should be ready to go. There's one more part I bought, but that's the one I'm keeping a secret, just because I don't want anyone to find out about that one yet, being my uncle specifically, since I'm trying to outrun him. So once that one shows up, probably gonna throw it on. I don't think anybody will notice until the track, hopefully, fingers crossed. Wanted to wrap up this video. Like I said, it's taken several days because I haven't been just devoting one day to working on this thing. And today's Sunday the 11th, so yesterday we went up to Streetcar Takeover in Denver, which was crazy. Highly recommend if you've never been. That was my first time going. It's a whole lot of fun. Hopefully next year, maybe I can run in it. I don't think I'll do the rolls, but I'll show up later in the afternoon and try to partake in some of the digs. But yeah, so the car is coming along good. Transmission's in the back, so I knew with the bullet intake swap, the hardest part was going to be the 2 transmission bolts at the top, and we were actually able to go underneath the car and get those out. So got the transmission back here. Yeah, it's extremely dirty, but working with what we got. So got new stuff to put in that. Of course, I'm gonna have to pop this Loctite and clean all that up, pop that off though, and redo it, seal it up once it goes back in. So here is the old clutch pressure plate. The flywheel is in the other garage, but it was extremely burnt, as you could probably tell it would be with this. So that's the old and busted. Here is the new hotness. So yeah, so hopefully over the next few days, my goal is to have this thing, the transmission in it, back in by Wednesday, but that all depends on if the guy here in town can resurface my flywheel again. So if he can't, then I'm gonna have to probably jump on LMR, buy another flywheel, get that in, and then put the car together. So it's coming along pretty good though. As soon as I get up tomorrow after class, I will be dropping that flywheel off, hopefully, and hopefully get back in the same day. So I didn't get too much content in with this, but pulling a transmission, that was pretty boring and it's time consuming, and there's plenty of guys on YouTube who have pretty good breakdowns and do them way better than I could tell y'all how to do it. So, but we got trans out. We have the baseline suspension in, and that is the relocating kit that they have. So we still have to dial in the pinion angle with that, but got the upper and lower double adjustable control arms with that. And torque box reinforcements are in. Still have to get with Jalen's buddy or somebody, so hopefully we can get those welded soon so I can get the inside put back together. After that, it will be getting my little 90-degree coupler back on right there, and then hopefully once the car is back down on its own wheels, we got cruise control switches and the shift light. So hopefully we'll get the two-step in, and first pass at all 4 day, August 1st, hopefully it is going to be on the two-step. It's going to be like a 5K, 53-ish launch. Hopefully the new suspension, trying to get like a 1.6, maybe a 1.5, 60 foot. Drop the tire pressure, tires are right over there, drop those down to 15, 14, something like that. And just gonna send it first pass and see what I can do. But with that all being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I didn't do like a tutorial on pulling transmission out. People can do that better than I can. But please be sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one.